Trevor Lawrence on Sunday?
It's a game time decision. We'll see him if that's the decision, but you never know with these kind of cases.
How's your shoulder feeling this week? Still there?
Feeling all right. It's still here. So that's all that matters.
Does anything change for you depending on who the starting quarterback is, or is it just go get them?
Let's just go get them. Apply the same amount of pressure, come with the same kind of effort and tenacity, and play the game you're supposed to be playing.
Myles, there hasn't been a D-line sack since you took Kenny kick it down in the fourth quarter of that Steelers game. Is there that renewed interest in that this week? I think Z yesterday said you guys are getting chewed out about not having a sack the last 2
games. We deserve to be chewed out for not getting them. That's something that we pride ourselves on, applying pressure to the pocket and make it difficult for those guys, and we have in the last 2 weeks. And, there's no excuses for that. We got to find a way, regardless of what the offense throws at us, and we just got to be more valuable to the team.
Well, I know that teams do a lot to take you away. Was the Rams' approach to you extreme?
Extreme? I don't know if I'd say that. I know it was a heavy dose of what everyone else does. But again, find a way. It's just nowhere to point any blame. If I gotta find a matchup somewhere else, or if I gotta fight 2 or 3 guys, if I gotta be in the middle of the formation, whatever I do, if I gotta come off the ball and rush from kind of a backed up position, gotta find a way to win. I can't put on anyone else or any of the scheme or coaching. It's on me to make those plays happen.
So how do you react when you have a rare game where you don't have any sacks and you don't make no tackles? So how'd you approach the next time?
Watch the film over multiple times. How could I have done better? What did they give me that I didn't take advantage of? I know there weren't many opportunities, but the few that I got, I have to be ready when they're there, and then get back in the gym. How can I get myself in tip-top shape to where this doesn't happen again? Be better cardio-wise, be better physically. Make sure that I'm limber and able to use my full arsenal of moves, stuff like that.
Sean McVay said to you when he rolled up on you in the corner after the game, and kind of what you felt about what he did say to you.
He said planning for me specifically is difficult, and I said I appreciate that, but the results of your planning didn't help my weekend.
And what's it like to what kind of moment is it? I know you were not happy after the game with the result of the game, something like that. But what is it like to have a coach of that caliber stop and take the time to tell you just what impact you had on his week like that?
I smiled on the outside and I cried on the inside.
When we talked to Jim Schwartz yesterday, said it's not just about sacks for you and the rest of that defensive line, but when you kind of get shut out the way you were shut out, but the rest of the guys weren't able to do much either. I think only 1 tackle for loss, not a lot of backfield disruption. Does that frustrate you even more because you're receiving that attention and that should help your teammates?
It's not a frustration at them because it's never a me versus them. It's never if I'm getting this, y'all should be doing this. It's we got to find a way together. I'm frustrated for us, not towards us. And we have a high standard. I have a high standard for the guys in our room and the level which we have played and can play. And so it's just comparing ourselves to that. We didn't do what we needed to the last 2 weeks. So we have to get back to our old ways. We have to get back to training and working and communicating with each other like we have before, and get back to dominating games for this team. That's how one of the reasons we've been successful.
What do you think the team's mindset is coming off those 2 losses, knowing that you need to pile up these wins to get to the playoffs?
They all count, but now they all count for two, especially this one being an AFC opponent. And just make it physical, make it grimy, make it ugly. We're not a team that plays pretty ball. It's got to be dirty, messy, sloppy. We gotta make it as physical and sloppy as we can for the picture for them, so they can't just go out there and just air it out or have a clean way of doing things. When they operate like that, it's difficult for us. But when we make it AFC North football, then it's our brand. It's just what we do, and we're the best at it.
Myles, I know you're not 100% healthy. You're fighting through this. These last couple of weeks, the challenges that you've gotten from Denver, from Los Angeles, were those unique from what you've seen earlier in the season, or are you just kind of fighting through some of the middle of the season and the shoulder?
A little bit of everything. They showed a little bit more willingness to throw more distractions, throw more people my way at a higher frequency. And the shoulder is what it is, but it's also it's mid-season, but it's mid-season for everyone, so it's no excuse. Got to find a way to recover, get treatment, do all those things to take care of my body, and endure the strain of the season. It's about longevity, throughout this consistency, for the next 5, so we can make the dance. So this is nothing unlike what everyone else in this locker room is going through.
Myles, maybe if you already answered this, I couldn't hear all of it, but in terms of other guys on the team, not necessarily being able to get the sack production, would it help you so much if 1 or 2 other guys, were able to bust through and take some of that heat and pressure off you? I know you're all in it together. I know you're all fighting through this together, but it was sort of expected this year that more guys were going to have maybe even double-digit sacks. What impact is that having on the whole thing, and maybe you in particular?
I mean, that stuff is to the benefit of the team. It's not for me. That's what helps us win games. I'm not getting sacks to take away double teams from guys, or I'm not getting sacks to tout my numbers. This is for us to win, or at least have a chance to win. So all this is to say that we're in this together, and it's not a matter of us trying to take pressure off one another. We're trying to apply pressure to the quarterback and give our team the best opportunity to come out on the right side of things.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I meant. Would it help? I mean, it just seems like it was supposed to be a little bit more even or spread out in terms of a bunch of guys getting sacks. Would it help a lot if, in this home stretch, more people get from the team?
It helped the team win.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant.
You guys talked about camaraderie and the morale of this team being high even with 3 losses. With that West Coast trip not going the way you wanted, 2 straight losses, how is that going to help you and impact you guys if you're back with the Jets? How does that come into play?
I mean, the camaraderie was present, but we had to use that time as now that we're back here as a way to focus in. You're around your home, everything that's natural to your routine and things like that. They allow you to kind of get into your groove again. I feel like some guys, and they didn't really enjoy being away. Enjoy being with your brothers, and enjoy spending time, doing things and catching up. Those things can give you a boost, getting to know each other. But that's never going to replace you being in your natural habitat and being able to play the game where you feel comfortable. And as we matured and build more time with each other, that kind of stuff we have to do away with. Can't allow road trips to get away from us for one reason or another. But being here, there's no excuses. It's time to lock in. It's time to focus up, and it's time just to win these games.
Thanks, Myles. Joe Flacco rollouts look?
It look good. Yeah, I think we're gonna see him run a little bit.
Some RPO?
Yeah, we need that.
Hey, what is it, you know him as well as anyone here, what has he brought to this team since signing 3 weeks ago?
I feel like he's brought a confidence and a swag. You know, as you know, we done had a little bit of controversy with our people getting hurt. So I think that everyone, it brings a confidence to know that we have someone in there that has been through it. You know, so I think that it's nothing but positive for us.
How have you guys? You mentioned you guys have been. It seems like every week you're having to deal with who's the starting quarterback because of injury. I realize that's something that you can't control, but is there a price being paid because of that as well? As far as your ability to effectively prepare as well as you want to, because it seems like every week you're going into a game not sure who's available.
I don't think that we focus on that. Of course, that's not what we want. But football brings that, as you guys can see in our division right now, like a lot of people's hurt, so you can't set your mind on that every week saying like that's something that we gotta bank on. This person playing this person now. It's always next man up.
Going into this game, Kevin told us it's a game time decision between Joe and Dorian. What's your mindset or approach to that?
Whoever's in, I just make sure that the receiver group and myself is ready for whatever, and that's how we approach every single week.
What do you expect to start?
I'm gonna find out when you find out.
What if he decided to use both quarterbacks in some capacity, give Dorian packaging plays, where he could contribute in some way? How might that impact you guys having to pivot to two different guys?
Like I said, we won't focus on that. Whatever helps the game plan to get this job done.
The Jaguars are dealing with some injuries in corner too. How do you approach that, I guess, when you know that they might be down a guy or two?
Yeah, it only helps us. I feel like as a receiver group, we do study those guys a lot, so we want to know who's going to be out there. But either way, if we focus on ourselves, I think we'll put ourselves in the best position anyway. So.
Chad O'Shea was talking earlier about when Amari went down, you had to slide into that role. But he said you guys practice that so much that everybody knows what they're doing when they got to adapt those. But how hard is it when you have to go maybe inside out or start running routes that you don't run as much?
Yeah, you just got to be conscious of what the details of that route, or that specific concept entails. You got to be adaptable when you play receiver. You got to know when to slow down, when to speed up, and what to see and what not to see. So being inside and outside is a little bit different. When you're outside, you do speed up most of your routes, and when you're inside, you do got to be a little more patient. But we all watch each other every single day, and we get tips. So at this point, we should know exactly what everyone's doing.
Are the without giving any intel away, are the routes the same regardless of the quarterback? Do you run the same route or same style route for Joe as you would DTR or Deshaun or whatever?
I feel like every week it is. That's probably the main part. It is a little different. Joe's 6'6". Dorian's 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? So it is different maybe in their steps on what they prefer and what the coaches want as well. So it's more like a game time decision.
So in building off of that, as you're practicing and prepping throughout the week, it probably doesn't change for you and the way you do your job much, but when you actually get in the game, are those adjustments stuff like you got to make on the fly? You just have to know as it's happening?
Yeah, definitely on the fly. Yeah.
How do you know?
I know you expected him to play Joe physically the way he did last week. How impressed were you how mentally sharp he was, how on time he was, all the little things that maybe we take for granted for a guy that was been out of, hasn't played in 11 months?
Yeah, man. That was I had to text him after the game. That was definitely something. That I know we didn't win, so everyone kind of was down, and we had our time, and we got to throw that away too as well and move on. But for someone who was in no position and in the position now to be running a team at that position, you already know how mental, how much focus you got to put into it, how much detail you got to go over, to get that done. So major respect to Joe, like I always say.
How did Amari look today, and what kind of lift would it be if he's able to come back just a week after going?
Yeah, he looked good today. For him, I think it's the same thing. It just depends on how he feels. But he always, you know, he's a pro. He's always gonna get it done.
But you guys, not so much you, but there's been a lot of drop passes. In fact, the Browns are the second most in the league. So what, did you guys do anything more this week to work on that?
Yeah, we just caught the ball more.
I mean, that's still most that. I mean, haven't you guys been doing that all through the season, I imagine?
Yeah. I don't know how to answer that.
You started your career as a guy who was catching in a streak at the end of your rookie season with touchdown catches. You really had a nose for the end zone and catching those, and then you went out and won. Do you feel like that there's so much more of that in you that you just haven't been able to catch the touchdown passes? You have those opportunities yet this year, but are you hoping those come and that you can contribute to that?
Same way, yeah. Yeah, of course. That's how I approach every single week. You know, at the end of the day, it is just based off opportunity, you know, so that's it.
You work on those, collectively, but you as well, you work on those boundary catches. I know that's a tough play, especially when you're dealing with, you know, tight coverage in that, but what makes, for like you, what are you able to do that allows you to find a way to beat a corner on the boundaries and stay in bounds or get the body parts you need in bounds?
I think it's something that throughout my career I probably needed to pay more attention to. So I just kind of focus on it more whenever I get a chance to, you know, plays drag, you know, whatever you got to do to stay in bounce. You know, it's tight windows, man. They're good too, but most of the time we looking to kill somebody, so you hoping to be wide open. But nah, yeah, it's a game of inches for sure.
Did you laugh after the official mentioned he got the butt cheek
Oh
in?
yeah. I didn't realize till after the game. I didn't hear what he said. Yeah, for sure. It was funny.
Joe, it seems like Joe's energy has just kind of been infectious. Does he kind of have that presence? Just it seems like everything's a little lighter, a little more kind of loose. Is that what he brings to this team?
Yeah, he definitely has that swag to him. You know, he brings that confidence. You know, he's an MVP player, man. He's been in the league for a while, and you got nothing but confidence when he's in.
Sorry.